Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Aspire Doctor. This is Dr. Namita. Hope you are doing great. In my previous videos, we covered root, stem, leaf, inflorescence and flower in the chapter of morphology of flowering plants. In this video, I am going to discuss about fruit and seed. So let's start the topic fruit. Fruit is a characteristic feature of angiosperms. Angiosperms means flowering plants. So fruit is a characteristic feature of flowering plants. On fertilization, ovary is developed into fruit and ovules are developed into seeds. What do you mean by fertilization? Fertilization is fusion of male and female gametes to form a zygote. But in case of flowering plants, the fertilization takes place by pollination. The pollen grains in the form of male gametes enter the ovary and fuses with the ovule to form the zygote. This process is called as fertilization in the plants. After fertilization, the ovary is developed into fruit and ovules are developed into seeds. But in some plants, without fertilization, fruits are formed. Those fruits are called as parthenocarpic fruit. The parts of fruit are pericarp or wall and seeds. Coming to the wall, the pericarp may be dry or fleshy and thick. If the pericarp is fleshy and thick, it is divided into three parts: outer epicarp, middle mesocarp, inner endocarp. We will discuss about the seeds in the next topic. Coming to the drupe fruit, there are many types of fruits and drupe is one among them. The examples of drupe is mango and coconut. Both the fruits are developed from monocarpellary superior ovaries. Monocarpellary means it has only one carpel. Superior ovary means hypogynous gynoecium, as we covered in the flower topic. Hypogynous gynoecium means gynoecium occupies the highest position and all other parts are situated below it. Such ovary is called as superior ovary. And both fruits are single seeded. Coming to the mango, the pericarp in the mango is well differentiated. You can see here, this is a mango. The pericarp, this is seed and this is a pericarp. The pericarp is well differentiated into outer epicarp, middle mesocarp and inner endocarp. Outer epicarp is thin. The middle mesocarp is fleshy and edible. Edible means the things which we can eat. So the part which we eat is the mesocarp. And the substance which we peel out is the epicarp. And inner stony hard endocarp. Endocarp is the part which covers the seed. So it is stony hard structure which covers the seed. Next, coming to the coconut. Coconut mesocarp is fibrous. See, this is the seed. In the outer entire covering is the pericarp. In the pericarp, the mesocarp is fibrous. I hope you are clear with the fruit topic. Next, coming to the seed topic. On fertilization, ovules are developed into seeds. Seed contains seed coat and embryo. The embryo contains embryonal axis and cotyledons. Cotyledons in some plants are 1 in number and in some plants are 2 in number. The plants which contain one cotyledon are called monocots and the plants which contain two cotyledons are called dicots. Examples of monocot are wheat and maize. Examples of dicots are gram, peas. Next, coming to the structure of a dicotyledon seed. The dicotyledon seed contains seed coat and embryo. The seed coat has outer testa layer and inner tegmen layer. You can see here, this is a seed and the outer layer is called seed coat. Seed coat contains two layers, outer testa and inner tegmen. Seed coat contains a structure called hilum. Hilum is a small scar on the seed coat. It is a small scar on the seed coat. Hilum attaches the developing seeds to the fruit. Through this seed is attached to the fruit. Coming to the micropyle, it is a small pore above hilum. You can see here this is a micropyle which is present above the hilum. It is a small pore. Next, coming to the embryo. Embryo has two cotyledons and an embryonal axis. The cotyledons are fleshy and store food. These cotyledons store food for supplying the food materials during the germination of the plant. Coming to the embryonal axis, it contains radicle and plumule. You can see here, this is a cotyledon and this is a cotyledon. Two cotyledons are present, so it is called as dicotyledon seed. And this is an embryonal axis. The embryonal axis contains plumule and radicle. Plumule is developed into stem and radicle is developed into root. You can remember the radicle for root in this way. R means radicle, root. Root is present at the down. So radicle is also present at the down of the embryonal axis. I hope you are clear till now. Next, coming to the endospermic seeds. The seeds with endosperm are called as endospermic seeds. The endosperm is formed as a result of double fertilization. Endosperm is a food storing tissue. Example of endospermic seeds in dicots are castor. Coming to the non-endospermic seed, the seeds without endosperm are called as non-endospermic seeds. Here the endosperm is absent in the mature seeds. Example is beans, gram and peas. Most of the dicotyledon seeds are non-endospermic seeds except castor. Castor is an endospermic seed. Coming to the monocotyledon seed, monocotyledon seeds are usually endospermic. Dicotyledon seeds are usually non-endospermic. Exception is castor. Castor is an endospermic seed. Here the non-endospermic seed is orchids. Usually they are endospermic, but non-endospermic seed is also present in monocots, that is orchids. Next, coming to the parts of the seed, the monocots examples are maize and wheat. The parts of the seeds are seed coat, endosperm and embryo. Seed coat is membranous structure and it is fused with the fruit wall. You can see here, this is a seed and the outer layer is seed coat. Outside the seed we have fruit. So this seed coat is fused with the fruit wall. So the seed coat is membranous and it is fused with the fruit wall. Next, coming to the endosperm. Endosperm is bulky and it stores food. You can see here, this is an endosperm. It is bulky and it stores food material. Next, coming to the embryo. Embryo is small, situated in a groove at one end of the endosperm. You can see here, this is an seed. This is endosperm and this is embryo. This embryo is small and it is situated at one end of an endosperm in a small groove. And the embryo and endosperm is separated by outer proteinaceous layer of endosperm. You can see here, this is an alluron layer. This alluron layer separates the endosperm and embryo. It is an outer proteinaceous layer of the endosperm that separates the endosperm and embryo. Embryo contains three parts called scutellum, plumule and radicle. Scutellum is large and shield-shaped cotyledon. As monocots have only one cotyledon, disease present at the scutellum. It is large and shield-shaped cotyledon. Next, coming to the plumule and radicle, you can see in this diagram the plumule is present here and this is radicle. Both plumule and radicle are enclosed in a sheaths. The plumule is enclosed in coleoptile and radicle is enclosed in coleorhiza. You can remember in this way: plumule, coleoptile, P, radicle, coleorhiza. I hope you are clear till now. With this, I completed the topic of fruit and seed, and also the morphology of flowering plants topic is also completed. In my next video, I am going to start anatomy of flowering plants. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and click bell icon to get notified. And if you want me to explain any topic you feel difficult, please comment below. If you have any doubts also, please comment below. I am ready to explain those doubts in the next video.